Hello friends, welcome back. As I told, there are four different types of statements. The first one is sequential statements. Second one is conditional statements. And third one is iterative statements. Iterative, or we say looping statements. Okay, looping statements. In short form we say loops. Then jumping statements. Now let me explain these things clearly in Unity. I've just opened Unity. I create a new project and I give a name as control statements demo. Create a 2D project, control statements demo, create project. Okay. Now Unity will create the project for us. Now here I have assets. I create one new folder which is going to be called as scripts, and inside the scripts I am going to create a new C# file, and that is going to be controls demo, and I attach this to main camera. Add a component, scripts, controls demo, and I will open this controls demo in the MonoBehaviour, which is our editor, MonoDevelop, which is our editor, and I delete the unnecessary code at present. Please see here, I want to talk about sequential statements. Now before I tell about sequential statements, we know that the program executes sequentially, top to down, like this, step by step, right? Let me write here a statement, debug.log hello Unity 1. I copy this, I paste down, I paste down, I paste down, I paste down, I paste down. This is hello Unity 2, hello Unity 3, hello Unity 4, hello Unity 5, hello Unity 6. Now we very clearly know that when the start function starts executing, it executes the statements line by line. First it will display hello Unity. It will execute this, it will display hello Unity. Then it will come to the next line. It will execute this, it will display hello Unity 2. It will come to the next line. It will execute hello Unity, it will display hello Unity 3, then it will come to the next line, next line, next line. And you see that sequentially one after the another the lines of codes will be executed. Let me save and show you. You already know this. Okay, if I run the code, I should see that is hello Unity 1, hello Unity 2, hello Unity 3, hello Unity 4, hello Unity 5, hello Unity 6. You see that? That is such statements, the flow of execution. The control flow of execution is sequential in this case. Any statement which won't change the control flow of execution is known as sequential statement. Now this statement got executed, that is good. This is a sequential statement because after executing this, it is not skipping any part. Let us take an example that I do not want to execute this one, this one, this one. I directly want to execute this Unity 1, then I want to execute Unity 5, I want to execute Unity 6. I want to skip this part. These three statements I do not want to execute. How do I do that? It is not possible. Right. What I have to do is I have to comment these things. That's the one possibility, right? I have to comment and then I have to execute this. These things will be executed. It will display Unity 1, then Unity 5, then Unity 6. Okay. Let us take now. I create one variable integer a and I assign a value 10. Okay. Now what I want is, I just say debug.log, I say a is equal to 10. I have written that a is equal to 10, that we know that anyhow here a is equal to 10. Then I will say debug.log a is not equal to 10. I saved this one. But we know here that a is actually 10. But when I run this, it will display this line as well as this line. It will execute both. It will display here a is equal to 10, a is not equal to 10. Let me save and run the code. You can say that it is saying a is equal to 10, a is not equal to 10. But this is a warning, that is not necessary for us to know. But we know that this statement I should not execute. I should just display a is equal to 10. This statement should not get executed. Correct or not? Then that is called as controlling the flow of execution. If I want to get the control of flow of execution, then according to my interest, I can control which part should be executed, which part should not be executed. Such statements are called as control statements, the statements which help you to control the flow of execution of the program. It's called as those are called as control statements. Okay, here you don't have much control which part to execute, which part need not to get executed, which part should not be get executed. Okay, without using any comment now. Now let us save and let me explain about those parts. Okay, I hope you are understanding what is the use of control statements now. We are having control statements which help you to get the control over execution of the code. Control statements. Okay. We know already what are sequential statements. Sequential statements won't break. They won't allow you to get more control on the execution of the code. Those codes won't skip anything. They are just gonna execute and move the control to next line. Execute, move the control to the next line. That's all. These are all sequential statements. The example, like you can say the assignment statement, int a equal to 10. This is a sequential statement. After executing this, control will move to the next line. That's all. Now this is a sequential statement. After executing this, control will move to this one. Understanding? These are all sequential statements. An example I am giving you. Now, as I told, if you want to control the flow of execution, then we will be using control statements. Now, control statements, when you come to control statements, there are three different types of control statements. They are conditional statements, then jumping statements, then looping statements. Okay, or I say loops. Those are, or you can say iterative statements. These are the three different types of statements which help you to get the control over execution. Now I think you are getting step by step the idea. Okay, these are the three different types. Okay. Now conditional statements are actually, we can say, which help you to skip some part of a program or execute some part of a program based on the condition. Okay, those are conditional statements. When you come to conditional statements, we are having if statement, else if statement. We are having not else if, we can say if else statement. We have a if else statement. Then we have a else if ladder. Then we have a switch statement. These are the conditional statements which we will be using. The 4 statements which we will be working with: if else, else if ladder, and switch. They are going to help you execute some part of a program based on the condition. Remember that, because they are useful. Let us take an example that, let us take a player hits to enemy. You want to check if player hits to enemy, enemy should destroy. That is a conditional statement. At that time you will be using a conditional statement. Let us take if score is equal to, if life is less than 3. If life is what you can say, if life is greater than 0 and less than or equal to 3, then the game should be running. If life is equal to 0, then game should be over. Okay, that is if else. Are you understanding what I am saying? If a condition you are checking, if condition, else what should happen. Such as situations we will be handling using conditional statements. Then next we are having jumping statements. Okay, jumping statements allow you to skip some part of a program, jump from one location to another location. You are having, let me show here, you have different statements like if, you can see that one, right? You have if, you have a else keyword, you have a switch keyword, right, which help you to create these things. Okay, now we will understand what are these two. Actually this is one, this is two switch you are finding here. I will tell you what is the difference between them. Okay, now let us save and come back. Now when you come to jumping statements, we are having go to statement, we have a continue statement, we have a break statement, we have a return statement. Okay, they are all jumping statements. They make the control to jump from one place to another place, okay, which are very useful. Okay, 4 types again. Then when you come to the looping statement, when we use looping statement, the looping statements are used when you want to execute some set of statements repeatedly, again and again, continuously. Then you will be using looping statement. There are different looping statements we have, like we have a for loop, we have a while loop, we have a do while loop. Okay. Then we have extended for loop, that is for each loop we say. Okay. These are the 4 different types of loops that you will find or handy in the C# programming language. Okay. Now let us take an example of a break statement which is used to break somewhere. Let us take, you are executing some a loop continuously. Okay, on some condition you want to break that loop, you do not want to execute further, then you can use the break statement. Okay. Anyhow, we will be seeing all the statements when we work with codes, how they are useful, and we will see each and every property of each and every keyword here. These are all keywords. If is a keyword, else is a keyword, switch is a keyword, go to is a keyword, continue is a keyword, break, return, for, while, do, for, each. These are all keywords. Okay, int, float, char, double, bool, all these things that we have seen are keywords. All are in small letters, you can see, right? So that is about control statements, which statement when you have to use, okay, when you will be using. Okay, and you can see we have covered here all the 3 types, all the 4 types. Sequential we have seen, conditional, iterative, jumping are anyhow here. So let's move on, right guys? Let me minimize this and come back. Now first we are going to go through with if statement. Here you can see int a is equal to 10 I have written. I have initialized a variable with a value 10. Okay. Now we know that I should display a is equal to 10. So we know that just I should simply I don't want to display a is equal to 10. I want to check the condition first whether a is equal to 10. If a is equal to 10, then you want to execute this one. So I can say here if, and let me tell you about this if. Here you have hash if and another one if. Actually we have to use this if. This if is a keyword. You can see the syntax of that is if expression then statement else the another statement. That is the if else statement actually. The if statement selects a statement for execution based on the value of the boolean expression that you are passing here. This expression should be boolean. It should be either true or false. That is this if. This is actually known as a snippet. I will come to snippet. Before going to snippet, I just want to explain about this one. This is the main important keyword which we will be using. And this hash if we use later. This is a pre-processor statements. We will see them very later, not now. We will be seeing at least these two. What are these two? Definitely I will explain. Okay. At present, now only. So this keyword I use if. If is going to ask for an expression according to the syntax. Now can you see that I don't know what is the syntax of if statement here, right? But when I write here if, right? When I write if, it was showing before if it is showing this if is having this syntax. This is a syntax. You have a if keyword, you should write, put a bracket, then write the expression that should evaluate to true or false, then close the bracket, then write a statement. That is it is. This is a syntax. Okay, this else part is optional. You can see it is a bracket. Okay, that is the optional part. We'll come to that anyhow. So I will write a bracket, then I should write an expression. Let us take a is equal to 10. I hope you remember we have seen this relational operator, equality operator. Remember that if you have only one statement like this, debug.log a is equal to 10, this is only one statement. You need not to write the brackets like this. Usually it is a good practice to write bracket. Why I always prefer writing the brackets. Or if you are comfortable with programming, later you need not to use these brackets. At present we will use, okay, that is better. If a is equal to 10, then we are telling to the system that display this. Okay, now let us see what happens. As we know that a is equal to 10, this condition is going to evaluate to true. It returns true. We have already seen that it returns true when we were learning debug.log function or when we were learning relational operators. Please go through those things once again if you are not understanding. Okay, here it is going to return true. As this condition is true, it will execute this part. Now this part is known as true part. This part is a true part for this if condition. Remember that. Okay. Now let us save and let us check it out whether this true part will get executed because a is equal to 10. Okay, I clear this. If I run the code, you can see that it is displaying a is equal to 10. Okay, that is good. That is good. Let us take a is equal to 11 I make. Now this time what happens, can you tell me? A is equal to 10, it will initialize. Okay, then it will come to the next line. If a is equal to 10, then I have to execute this. It knows that one. But it knows here a is equal to 11. 11 is equal to 10? No. As this condition is going to be false, it will not execute this part. It will skip this part. This is a true part. It won't execute. So you are not going to get any output here. Let us save, come back, okay, and run the code. You can see that we are not getting any output. if a is not equal to 10, if a is not equal to 10, I want to display a is not equal to 10. How do I do that? Let us take here, I will write debug.log, in double quotation I say a is not equal to 10. I will write. Nice. Okay. Now this time you can see what happens is a is equal to 11. It will come to the next line. The control will come to next line. A is equal to 10. No, a is actually equal to 11. So it won't execute this part. It will come to this line and it will display a is not equal to 10. Okay, let us save, come down and run the code. You can see that a is not equal to 10. This is how the code works. Please understand how code works. That is important. It is executing line by line, step by step. If this condition is true, it will execute this block. If this condition is false, it won't execute this block. That's it. It will come and it will execute the next parts. One by one, it will execute the next statements. Okay. Let me make this one 10. Now what happens, we will understand. This is important part. A is equal to 10. That is perfect. Okay, we initialized. It will come to this line. If a is equal to 10, of course, a is 10. So 10 is equal to 10 is true. As this condition is true, it will execute the true part. What it does, debug.log a is equal to 10. Okay. It will display a is equal to 10 here. After that, it will come to the next line. It will execute this line. A is not equal to 10. Oh my God, this is a problem for us. Here, actually, it should display only a is equal to 10. It should not display a is not equal to 10. Right? It should not execute this line. Right? Let me show that whether it is executing both the lines or not. If I run the code, you can see that it is displaying a is equal to 10, a is not equal to 10. That's the place where we come to the else statement. If statement will help you to execute some set of statement if this condition is true. What should happen if this condition is false? Then we will be using the else statement. I have to put this one actually in the else statement. Why? Because whatever the conditions, whatever the statement that you write after this or before this or after this block will get executed definitely. Okay, whatever you write here, these statements will be definitely getting executed. Here, whatever you write below are going to execute one by one again. Okay. Now this time, let us see what happens. Now, what system does? Okay, a is 10. 10 is equal to 10 is true. It will execute this. A is equal to 10. If it executes any one part, okay, it has executed the true part, then it will not execute the else part. It will skip this part. Understanding? Now let us save. It should only display us a is equal to 10. Save, come back and run the code. You can see that we got a is equal to 10. We are not getting a is not equal to 10 here. Right? We are making a code proper. Can you see that? Now let us take if it is 11 now. This time what happens? Okay, a is 11. 11 equal to 10? No, this is false. As this is a false, it will go to the else part. That is a false part for this if statement. On this condition false, it will go to this place. It will execute this line. A is not equal to 10. And then the control comes out. If any statements are there, it will execute one by one. Okay. Let us save and come back. I should get only a is not equal to 10. If I run the code, you can see that a is not equal to 10. We are not getting a is equal to 10 now, right? Very nice. This is how the if-else statement works. Now, if-else statements are very useful when you are working in games. Why? Because let us take an example. As I told previously, if life is equal to 0, then you can say game over. If life is not equal to 0, then game is continuing. Like that you can work. Okay. That is how the if-else statement is used. Okay. We will come to the next control step by step. Okay guys, for this class I think this much is enough. In the next class we will see else if ladder. We have seen if statement, we have seen if else statement. Now we will be going through else if ladder and other statements step by step. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.